If you watch my videos on a somewhat regular basis, you saw me break this knife during the test, and it's fully functional now. So I am going to first show you what happened very quickly and then show you how I fixed it. So let's go. This story begins at a hype smasher, where this knife, ProTech Chaves Redencion, was severely damaged. As you can see, the blade got stuck in an open position and wouldn't budge no matter what I did. And the reason became obvious as soon as I opened up the knife. The plunger broke in two pieces and one of them was stuck in the handle. So much so I had to drill it out. And as I was investigating that failure, I noticed that the stop pin deformed aluminum around the hole that it sits in, and that had nothing to do with my hype smasher test. So, as I was deep diving into how all three Newton's laws of physics conspired to defeat this knife, an idea on how to fix it started taking shape in my engineering brain. And this idea not only helped me fix the knife that I broke, it will also help you beef up your ProTech out-the-side automatic, any one of them, and make it a lot heavier duty knife than it currently is. In the previous video, I described how this severe taper on the stop pin that ProTech selected for their knives has reduced the bearing surface and allowed stresses to concentrate and deform the aluminum handles. And what you're seeing me do here is take measurements as I'm looking for a suitable replacement for the plunger and the stop pin. The stop pin provided with the knife is a catalog bought, not made in-house, hardened dowel pin. It's exactly like the ones you find on Amazon that cost about $6 for 100. So it's a 6-penny pin in your $300 knife. And now measuring the plunger itself that broke to find out if the replacement that I identified from another knife I tested earlier last year will fit my needs. Now, the knife that donated this plunger is made in China. I believe the donor knife was fabricated by We Company for a no-name brand that sells on Amazon. And that fact gives me high hopes because those no-brand names, they copy ProTech designs shamelessly over and over and over again, and so the components can possibly be interchangeable. In this particular case, the depth of the cup on the plunger was a little bit too high. So I will take a trip to my grinder and turn it down just a little bit. We're talking less than 0.010 of an inch. The reason I am not sending it to ProTech for their excellent repair under warranty is because I violated the warranty agreement. And I don't lie about that to the companies to whom I send the knives for repair. So between shipping back and forth and the cost of parts, I would end up spending more than the donor knife is worth. So now that I reduced the height of the plunger cup, I am satisfied that I can try assemble the knife. The pin itself was made out of 1/8 inch drill bit, a broken drill bit that I found in my toolbox. I'm a hoarder when it comes to tools, and I don't throw away good pins that used to be drills just tipsy-turvy. I always keep stuff like that around, just in case I have a project like this in mind. I am cutting it a little longer because I felt like the pin not only was over-tapered at the ends, but it was also just a hair too short as far as the depth of the holes that it sits in. And so now I'm just putting together a real quick checkup here, putting the pin in and the plunger, and now I'm going to enclose it, encase it all in the handles to see if the handles mesh together and if the plunger can be operated. I'm doing it without the spring just to see how it would all fit together, one step at a time. And the next step is I'm going to try it now with the spring. And the original spring that came with the ProTech was a little bit too wide in diameter. So I'm using the donor knife's spring there, which I know works with this plunger. And I assemble it just like you would assemble any ProTech if you took it apart for cleaning and maintenance. And it's pretty self-explanatory. That's one feature that I love about ProTechs. They are very easily disassembled and reassembled. At least they're basic models without complicated overlays, etc. And now I'm putting in the pivot screw because next thing I will do is test the knife for opening and closing. So the plunger works, but the blade won't rotate, which informs me that the stem on the donor plunger is a little bit thicker than I need it to be. So I just need to take it to my drill press, put it in, and run my diamond files to reduce the diameter of the plunger stem right there in the middle. Now I'm back from my drill press, ready to test the knife again, see if I removed enough material. Aha! I sure did. I am carefully traversing the knife through the full cycle. By the way, I have not put the main spring in, but the blade opens, locks, and then closes with a push button, just as if it was a manual ProTech. Now it's time to put the spring back in and check full functionality. What you see me do on the screen is pretty self-explanatory, so I'll take this moment to thank all my subscribers and channel members, as well as people who don't forget to hit like and share the link to this video with their social media circle. I would like to thank those who buy super things to support my channel, because these moments in my YouTuber life are awe-inspiring and very, very humbling. Same goes for the paid channel members who get to see some of my videos a couple of days before I make them public for everyone else. So if you're a member of my channel, thank you. If you're not, for whatever reason, that's fine. You'll still see all the videos. I am not planning currently to have any member-only videos, except some of them will come out 2 to 3 days after I release them to my channel members. The link to join the channel membership is in the description. And while I was talking, the disembodied hands on the screen almost finished putting this knife together. It's really the easiest out-the-side automatic that I've ever worked on. I'm talking about all ProTech out-the-sides, not just this one specifically. If you tried to disassemble Benchmade, Claymore, maybe some of the Microtech out-the-sides, you will know what I mean. So if ease of maintenance is important to you, definitely ProTech should be on your shopping list. The cool thing about this project was I had all the materials I need to repair this knife at hand. And because I took a step-by-step approach, I have no doubt now that the knife will be functioning fully. Allow me to demonstrate. All right, not to belabor any of the points that I made, I want you to take another look at this really cool knife. And remind you that this video was not so much about replacing the plunger, but rather about replacing the inferior pin that was incorporated in this otherwise excellent design. And what I mean here is, at some point, somebody designed it with probably properly sized nominal pin, and during the production, a purchasing person chose to pick those pins out of the catalog. A decision that puts a knife user, the consumer, at a disadvantage, because this rippling of aluminum could have been completely avoided. And the reason I felt compelled to replace the pin rather than just drop the old one in is because I figured with a spring that powerful and a blade that heavy, this damage would just promulgate over time and cause some kind of blade play. circumstance that is not compatible with the prestige of carrying a ProTech or a Chaves for that matter.